All right, barbershop conversations, man. We here with Rolly, none other than Rolly. You on the hot seat, man. You trending, man. You trending. Obviously, Floyd made an offer for you to fight Ryan Garcia, and Oscar came back by saying you're a 6 round fighter. It's no need. It's like a professional, I believe, playing like a high school kid or something like that.
Yeah, he called me a high schooler.
A high schooler, yeah.
And I'm actually quite good at baseball, so you know what? I'm really. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're going to have to start that over. Go ahead, say it again.
No, I'm good at baseball. I'll strike that motherfucker out.
Do you think that was the Coca talking, or was that Oscar speaking in his real voice?
Hey, I don't know the shit this nigga be on, but whatever that nigga's on, he be speaking out of his ass sometimes.
That's real.
He be speaking out of his ass.
Oh man, let me. Do you and Oscar have history? When you turned pro, did you just seek Floyd Mayweather because you was training in his gym, or did you go to Golden Boy and did they negotiate with you at all? No history at all.
I've never attempted to negotiate with Golden Boy or anything. I don't think I would fit in over there.
Mm-hmm. Why would you say you wouldn't fit in over there?
I don't know. It pretty much just signed a bunch of little pretty boys and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of pretty boys, Ryan Garcia is one of the reasons why we're calling, and you have sparred in the past, right?
Yeah, we have.
How'd it go?
I beat the hell out of him 2 different days, 2 days apart. I beat the shit out of him.
Where and how? Details. Give details, because Ryan's gonna call me and want to respond. I already know.
Details in the doghouse.
Oh, it was actually in Vegas.
It was in Vegas. It was at Floyd's gym.
Oh, so that means you got 30 witnesses.
I got 30 witnesses. Shoot, there's a million witnesses now. I mean, shoot, the videos on the internet.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, there's
a million witnesses. So.
How long ago was that?
April 2017.
Okay.
And I've been calling him out ever since that day.
Uh-huh. Do you think that he's a fraud, or do you think he's just unfulfilled potential?
I'm not saying that he's a fraud. I mean, to get to whatever he is, 17-0, 16-0, what is he, 17-0?
Somewhere in there. Uh-huh.
All right, so to get to 17-0, I mean, it takes some kind of, I mean, you can get fed bums all the way, but I mean, even if you feed a bum 17 bums, I mean, a bum would feed another bum,
Mm-hmm, sure.
But on my level, fuck no, that nigga ain't on my level.
Oh, he ain't on your level at all?
Fuck no.
You don't think so? Hey, I'm in the middle. So what makes your skills talent? Was it because you've been in Cuba, or your whole? I know the history of your family, man. You come from a family of fighters. You can fight on the ground. You can fight standing up. I'm pretty sure people know that about your history. What makes you more special than Ryan Garcia?
What makes me more special? I mean, at the end of it, it's just balls. I have bigger balls than him, and I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. I'll fight. I'll spar anybody, and that's part of boxing. If you don't have balls in the sport, then I mean, you're pretty much fucked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He pushed out on me twice. He pushed out the ring on me twice.
Wait a minute. Wait. Let's back it up, because people are going to say he walked out on you. Were you guys in the middle of sparring and he just stopped?
We're like, come on, one more, and he don't want to do no more.
How many rounds have y'all gone the first time? Well, I know the doghouse is what, 5-minute rounds, 6-minute rounds? How's it go?
No, we're just doing 3-minute rounds. There's nothing special.
Okay, 3-minute round. And what round did he say I didn't want anymore?
In the first time, it was the 5th round, and then it was the 6th round. And the second time, it was the 7th round.
Okay. And what did y'all agree to both times?
We didn't agree to anything, but regardless, I mean, we're 8-round fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's at the time. I was trying to do 8. I always try to do more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind doing 8. Sure, I mean, I spar Ramsey, spar Deadlift. I do 12 rounds with him without training for anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spar wherever. It doesn't matter to me, you know.
Mm-hmm. And
regardless,
go ahead.
Regardless, he came over there to Floyd's gym and called me out. I didn't go over there to call him out. He came over there to call me out.
Mm. And he was a pro then, right? 2017, he was a pro.
The pro.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one pro fight. I was fighting at 130.
Mm-hmm.
I moved up to 130. I moved up to 35 after that fight.
Oh, your confidence went sky high, huh? He's like, your confidence is. Go ahead.
And he moved down from 35 to 30, and now he's fighting at 35 again.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fighting 35 again.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure he did his last 2 fights at 35.
Mm-hmm. Now, with the $200,000 offer, did you think that he would accept it, or did you say, or did you think it was just like propaganda, just to promote you? Do you think Floyd was serious?
No, I know Floyd's serious. If Floyd put up the money, then Floyd's serious. Floyd ain't gonna front about some dumb shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd knows I'll fuck him up. Floyd knows I already fucked him up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I really thought Ryan was gonna take it, you know. But as far as what I see right now, I mean, he just, I don't know, he's just a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Why is everyone going? Why is for real? Last year was Devin Haney.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So we joined boxing to become a world champion, right?
Sure.
And to make a fuck ton of money, right?
Absolutely.
So he's getting offered $200,000 plus a guaranteed title shot, and that pussy don't want to take it.
Mm.
You don't see something wrong with that? Maybe it's the opponent, because I mean, apparently if Oscar says I'm a 6-round fighter and I don't have no experience, who the fuck is he fighting right now?
I mean,
who has he fought in the past that's better than me? That should beat the shit out of him like me.
Well, he doesn't really have any name opponents. He doesn't really. His last opponent, the last fight I paid attention to, he fought at StubHub Center, and he beat like a former title challenger, world champion title challenger, but I don't think he was a world champion. You know, but they brought him up in weight. They brought the kid up in weight. I think he was 126, and they brought him up to 35. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's and then the last dude he's fought, who was that? It's some dude just like a guy that shouldn't even belong in the ring, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think he's fighting another 126-pounder right now.
Oh, is he? He's fighting in March though, right? He's fighting March 20 something, March 24th or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
I think, yeah, one of those days. I don't even know.
Why is everyone gunning for him? It was Tank. It was Devin, Tank. Now it's you. I'm sure the Baldera is gonna call him out at some point.
No. You got it wrong.
Okay.
Devin and Tank gunning for him, and everybody else. No, that came after me. After I exposed them. So the original gunning them down. I'm gonna be the motherfucker to get that fight.
Hey, I don't mean to laugh, man. I'm trying to be, but
I was the fucking original.
But why is everyone like? Everyone wants to. Why does he rub y'all the wrong way? Like, what does Ryan Garcia? I'm serious.
I'll be honest. All these other fools that are calling him out, I don't really think that they want to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just doing it for publicity. No, I truly want to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
I truly want to fight him. These people are, and I'm gonna be the one that gets that fight.
Mm-hmm.
If that motherfucker stops being a fucking pussy, we're gonna set this shit up. We'll make the fight.
Mm-hmm. It's
not that hard.
Well, he was at Tank's fight, and I interviewed him for a hot second, and I see I see him a couple of times a year because I live in LA, and he said that, and he's actually real cool with me, so he's definitely gonna respond to me. He's gonna text me or something, hit me in the DM or something, and respond to this interview. But he actually said at Tank's fight, he went to Tank's fight, he sat front row, and he says, now that I saw Tank's fight, I think he's even easier. I believe he's even easier. So if he's watched Tank,
wait. He's saying that Tank's even easier. Tank's fight lasted like 30 seconds, but I don't know what he could see in 30 seconds. But
I don't know what he.
I looked back and the fight was over. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So he's just talking out of his ass, man. He didn't see nothing different.
And so I'm making the assumption that you're fighting on the March 9th stands alone. There's no other fights here in LA. You know,
Yeah,
so
no, it's in LA.
yeah, it's in LA at the StubHub Center. So I'm sure
Yes.
that he may be at your fight. So you know what you should do? You should actually send him tickets to the fight. That would be the move. That would be the move. Give him 2 tickets to the fight. He and his girl, or he and his dad. You know, you actually just send him an invitation to come watch you fight because he saw Tank. He saw Tank's fight. You know, and
I'm not that friend. I'm not that friend. True. Last time, I mean, I saw him at the fight, but I mean, I was sitting front row. I'm not gonna waste my time with some chump, right?
Uh-huh.
So, but the other time, sure, I saw him at the Moon Geo fight. I walked in, I cursed him out and left.
Oh, did you? Oh, so this is real beef then. This ain't just I want to fight you.
I legit punked that motherfucker.
Define punk. I don't know what that means.
A punk?
No, I know what punk means, but define. Tell us what actually happened. This is funny, man.
I pressed him, and then he started shaking, and he fucking went and hid behind the lawyer, and I told the lawyer, "Hey, I shouted at the lawyer. I'm trying to remember what I said to the lawyer."
Now,
but the things on the internet somewhere.
Okay, Tank says I think I had I had a 30-minute interview with Tank, and Tank said that's his pay-per-view fight. He's saving Ryan Garcia for his pay-per-view moment, you know, and if you knock him off, you're hurting the pockets of another Mayweather promoted fighter. Yeah, y'all are really trying to get at Ryan Garcia, man, for real. It's like, I mean, he does have a name cachet, especially here in LA. You know, I'm sure he can sell 5,000 tickets if he fights. You know, I mean, I'm not sure he can sell anything out, but he definitely has a pulse here as it relates to selling tickets, though. I would say that.
Oh no, I heard he sold out an arena that every ticket was like $7.
Yeah, $7 to $10. It was affordable because it was the. I'm not excusing him. I'm just giving you the facts. It was the night before Triple G and yeah. That, so you kind of got to make it affordable because people were paying to see Triple G the next day. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not choosing the side.
That's practically free.
Yeah, that's practically free. You're right. That's practically free. You're right.
I'm pretty sure half the tickets were given out for free.
Yeah. They do that, especially on a night like that, and it was cold that night too. So, let's move forward. So, obviously, you train at the Mayweather gym. They know your relations. The 135-pound division is stacked. You said you sparred.
135-pound division?
It's stacked. For y'all young kids, it is stacked.
Yeah, it's stacked. That's why I couldn't hear you cut out for a second.
Yeah, you know, because you're going to have Conlon moving up. You're going to have Shakur Stevenson moving up at some. I don't know if you'll be gone by then. Maybe you'll be at 140. I'm uncertain of that. But you got the big Balderas brother. It is like some young kids in that division that literally can go. All y'all can go.
This generation is going to be beautiful, you know? Boxing is beautiful.
And you sparred Devin. How'd that go?
With Devin, it was like 3 years ago, you know what I mean? We went back and forth.
Yeah, y'all both was young. Y'all both was.
It was, Devin gotten a lot better since. I've gotten 100 times better since. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I started boxing when I was 17.
Okay.
So, I mean, I got a lot more experience now than I had back then when I was an amateur, you know?
Sure.
I just hit, in December, I hit 6 years of when I started boxing.
Okay. 6 years in. Okay. That makes you 23.
I'm 23 years old, correct?
Yeah. And you told me before we started the interview that you literally just sparred Teofimo in March of last year. How was that work?
It was good. Teofimo's a great fighter. Teofimo's a great fighter. I wish nothing but the best for him, and he's one of my boys, you know? You know what I got from all y'all? Your fathers in your boxing life. Devin Haney's father. I call him Mr. Haney. I have a great deal of respect for him. And Teofimo Lopez, Dad, I just had an interview. I was in Fresno. I just interviewed his dad for the first time in Fresno last weekend. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, he talks that shit. Oh, he talks that shit. He actually shocked me because I was trying to be PC, and he took it to a whole nother level. And I was like, okay, we gonna go with this. You know what I mean? But dad is one of the best things that's happened to boxing, honestly. He's funny.
Yeah, he is. He's a good dude. Yeah, he is. He talk that shit real talk.
He speaks the truth, and he speaks it from his heart.
Yeah, he got that BK in his chest. You know what I mean? And but talk about the importance of your father in your life. You know, I know your dad was a fighter as well, but speak to like all y'all young fighters got y'all dads in your life. I think that's pretty dope. You know, especially because and I'm speaking from me. I didn't have a father in my life, so if you don't mind, share the importance of your dad.
Well, I mean, I say like this. I mean, my dad's my trainer, my best friend. You know, me and my dad, we're so much alike that we just look at each other. We get mad at each other because we know what we're already thinking. You know. It's crazy. My dad's my best friend.
How was that transition though? How was that transition going from like child to man, and your dad is your boxing trainer? So like for me, I have a 4-year-old son, right? And you get to the space where maybe you get about 19, maybe you're 2-0 as a pro, maybe you're like 21, 22, and you can curse around your dad. You can have like these visceral moments with your dad. How is that? How is that?
He be getting mad about a lot of things I be saying. So, I mean, he just called me right now. I'm gonna send him the voicemail. I know. He's gonna call me again within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, he's gonna call me again. No, it's just sometimes pain in the ass dealing with him. That's all I can say.
Oh, really? It really?
Yeah.
Talk about your Cuban experience. I was real interested when Francesca hit me. I was like, I'm real interested in what you learned in Cuba. Can you talk about that?
I trained with I told you within 2 minutes he was gonna call me again.
That's dad, right?
Well, there was 3 weeks. I mean, I was there more for vacation, you know. I was there for 3 weeks, right? And I learned quite a bit. I mean, you know, Cuban amateur style is, I mean, overall it's the best, if not the best, one of the best boxing styles for amateurs, you know. And a lot of the transitions to the pros too. You know, I mean, we have a lot of Cuban champions, like for instance, Lara. Ugas is about to fight for one title, which I truly believe he's going to win.
Oh, really? You think he's going to beat Porter?
I think he's going to beat Porter. I think a lot of people are counting out Ugas.
Oh, okay, well, we'll talk about that in a second. But talk about your Cuban experience. I'm real interested in that. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I learned boxing here in Vegas. You know, for the most part, I learned it here in Vegas. You know, and my dad's Cuban, so I mean, I learned a little bit of Cuban boxing from my dad. But I mean, there's a lot of Cubans in Vegas. I learned boxing from a lot of different Cubans. You know, so me going to Cuba, it wasn't too much different. It was just me training, you know, and I was more on vacation. Okay. You know, but every time I go, I do stop by the gyms over there and stuff. I love going to Cuba. I go there often. Okay.
Now you said Ugas is gonna beat Sean Porter. Now I know you train at the Mayweather gym. You got Larry Wade is over there training. Badu Jack. You got a whole bunch, and Ugas has spent some. I believe Ugas has spent some time there, if not in the past. I'm not sure if he trains there now, but I know he's training out there.
He's not training there currently.
Okay, and but why is Ugas beating Sean Porter?
I don't know. I just feel Porter is not in this sport 100% anymore. And then aside from that, Porter doesn't have his dad this camp.
Oh, he's not.
No, and the one that trains Porter to beat Porter is his dad, you know?
Oh, who's Sean training with?
I don't know who he's training with, but his dad's not with him this fight. That's what I've heard.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. And obviously we just talked about how important the dad is in your camp. And if his dad isn't there, or quite possibly it might be a blessing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
My dad be getting on my ass when I be doing anything wrong. So I think I prefer to have my dad in my camp than outside of the camp. You know. Talk about
you said something about you don't think Sean is 100% in. What does that mean because you're a fighter? I'm on the media side, so I don't really understand that mindset as from your vantage point?
He's been through too many wars. Way too many wars.
So what does Ugas bring on March 9th that will give Sean problems?
Well, I mean, overall, I mean, Ugas, you know, a lot of people don't know this either, but he's a bronze medalist in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He's a 12-time national champion in Cuba.
Yep.
Which, I mean, to win 12 national championships in Cuba is, I mean, it's really difficult. It's really difficult, you know, to win 12 amateur championships in Cuba. And then he won pretty much everything aside from the Olympics. You know, he won Pan Americans, he won Worlds, he won everything. So, I mean, that's a lot of experience that he has too. And then aside from that, he's going with hunger. If you have hunger, I mean, hunger is something that you either have or you don't have, you know. And I think it's underrated how much hunger can impact you, you know.
I got you. You know, I was actually talking with someone today, someone in boxing today, and I said when they announced the schedule, my immediate reaction, number 2 was Granados and Danny Garcia on upset alert, and number 1 was Sean Porter and Ugas. And why I said Ugas and Sean Porter was number 1, because I says Ugas is a very sturdy fighter with a high boxing intellect, you know, and I think that if I think he can pose some problems on Sean getting on the inside, you know. Maybe he sidesteps Sean, and maybe he changes. I don't know. Maybe Ugas knows how to change his jab, shorten his left hook or something, just to distract Sean from coming in on the inside. But then on the flip side, you literally got a freight train coming at you. That being Sean Porter. So.
Hey, I say like this, man. I've sparred Ugas in the past.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay. Thank you. You can shed some light on that.
He likes to fight, you know. He likes to fight. I've sparred him, man, since before I turned pro. But he likes to fight. He likes to fight. I've seen him spar. I saw some of his camp. Actually, I saw a lot of his camp, you know. And he likes to fight.
How's his power? That's the one thing I said he didn't really have, but he can kind of hide it, or because he's so smart. You know, I've seen his last 4 fights. I was there for the Robinson fight. I was there in New York for his last fight. And I see how he moves in the ring, so I can see his intellect. I can see his wheels getting – I can see him thinking the next step ahead. He's literally thinking the next step ahead, honestly.
His power is good. You know, he has a nice right hand. He has a very nice right hand. But he just has a really nice right hand, you know. And I really think Ugas is gonna do good, you know. And it's hard to tell from Ugas from sparring, because he doesn't go into sparring to try to kill people. He goes in trying to work, you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's 100 different fighters. Like, you see people that are monsters sparring, you know. Then you see people that are and then they come out, they're terrible in the fight. And then you see people that are monsters in the fight, but they're terrible in the gym. And then you get people, you know, very upset. I mean, then you get some people that are good in both, you know.
Okay.
Ugas one of those people that because he's not trying to kill you in the gym. You can learn from him, and he takes the opportunity to learn too, you know. He's a completely different monster in the gym, in the ring.
What did you learn from him? What could you take from him?
It's hard. It's really hard to say. I learned from every fighter, you know. And then once you get to that level, you know, everybody has different tricks, you know. I like Ugas' guard and how he walks people down. I really like how he walks people down.
He does. I watched his last fight in New York.
Even in the amateurs, he would do that. You know, he would fight in the amateurs walking people down, you know.
I saw him in the Olympics. I did see him in the Olympics, but I didn't see him like not regularly as an amateur. But I've seen him in the pro. I've seen him turn his whole career around, because he had a losing streak, and then he won about 6-7 in a row, and now he lost
to in the Miramar. He lost to 2 other guys in the Miramar.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like they put him up with a knockout artist. His first fight back. You know, I remember I saw Ugas when he first came back. And that's when me and him sparred because we were both over there training with Salas.
Okay, got you.
And ever since he went with Salas, he's been 100 times better. You know, I think Salas was a great matchup for him. You know, so I seen him. I seen him when he first came back. You know, and then they matched him up against a guy that was 14 with 13 knockouts, and he stopped him, and then he stopped. Like he just went on a straight winning streak. You know.
Yeah.
He stopped a lot of them too. I think he stopped like 4 or 5 of them.
Okay, man. You're going to pique a lot of people's interest. You're going to pique a lot of people's interest in saying that because I would have this fight, honestly, 64-36 in favor of Sean Porter. But if Sean isn't accurate, you know, sometimes Sean isn't as accurate as he should be sometimes. If he's not accurate with that right hand, I think he'll be accurate on the inside. But getting to the inside, I think, will be challenging for him. But I've seen a lot of fighters. I've seen Sean last 15 fights, and people until they can feel the pressure, because he's literally a truck.
No, he's legit. Yeah,
he's literally a truck.
He's a football player.
I'm not gonna say he's a football player, but I've heard Adrian Broner say it a couple of times. But that force, he comes with a force. You know what I mean? And he's kind of athletic. You know, he got agile feet, and he uses that to his advantage to get in on the inside. So, but I'll say this: I will be ringside.
And he has a chin too.
Oh, super chin. Oh, super. Oh.
He has a strong chin.
Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman hit him with some shit that I was like,
you're like, fuck.
Oh my! I mean, that left hook by Keith Thurman. I've asked him in interviews, how the fuck didn't you go down? How the fuck? And then Adrian Broner hits him with a loopy hook and goes down. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it's not really the hard shot that makes it. The shot that
you don't see. Yeah, the shots you don't see. He was so relaxed. He knew he was up 10 rounds to 1. He was going out to the 12th round, just going to dance a little bit. You know what I mean? And he got caught. You're absolutely right. You know, and it was the top of the round too. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So since you're good at breaking down fights, we might as well just go through them, Rolly. Mikey Garcia, Earl Spence.
I like Mikey, but the Spence look. Mikey is the better fighter of the two. Mikey. Hold
up. Mikey is the better fighter.
Out of the two.
Explain. Because me and you about to have a conversation.
Experience, you know, I mean, he has experience that Spence doesn't have, you know. And Mikey's been the I don't know, I just like Mikey, you know. Always like his style, you know. But I don't think Mikey moving up to 147. I mean, I think that's the biggest issue in this entire fight. If the fight wasn't at 47, if it was like, let's say 40, you know, I know Spence can't make 40, but let's say theoretically it was at 40, you know. I think Mikey takes it no problem, but because Spence is such a massive 47-pounder, you know, it's difficult for me to pick a side on. I like to choose who's going to win the fight, you know. I mean, my heart's with Mikey, but Spence is also a great fighter, you know. I mean, Spence gone through his wars with Floyd, you know. He's
Were you there for that sparring?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
I wasn't there, but I've heard a lot about it by people that were there firsthand.
And what they say, the information you can share.
I don't want to really go. That one I really don't want to get into.
Okay. All right. I gotta ask.
I heard. You know, I'll tell you. I heard that Spence did really good the first day, but the second day Floyd got the better of him by far.
You know, Floyd, and you can say that about same thing with Maidana. You know.
Oh, wait, and that's another thing. Mikey was sparring Maidana regularly as a 135-pounder, 130-pounder. He was sparring Brandon Rios. He was sparring everybody.
Yeah, but but that's not Earl Spence. You know, I don't care what nobody say. You can spar Marcos Maidana. You can spar Brandon Rios.
How can you discredit Marcos
I'm
Maidana?
not discrediting Marcos Maidana. Listen, I'm not
He made Floyd have to do a rematch.
Well, I'll say this. You just said Earl Spence did lesser the second day. Once Floyd is like Terrence Crawford and those guys, you know, once they get the DNA, it's a wrap. You know, I mean, once Floyd figured him out in the second half of the fight, he knew he can pick his shots on the inside. He knew Maidana wasn't coming with straight shots. You know what I mean? You can see the loopy shots coming, so you can catch and shoot. You know, you can get underneath the shots, you know, go to the body, you know, sidestep to the left, sidestep to the right, get out of there. You can double jab, take away that loopy shit. You know what I mean? And Floyd is a mastermind at that. And the reason why I say you can't compare the two is because Earl Spence is a greater fighter. Marcos Maidana, understand when I say this. I'm not discrediting him. Marcos Maidana was a manufactured fighter. You understand? And when I say manufactured, he overachieved for a year and a half. I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm not saying he didn't have his moments. But Marcos Maidana had a spot, and I think everyone gets there. If you combine your overachievement with when your talent and your skill and your work ethic meet, that's greatness, right? Marcos Maidana had a 2-year period where he was the toast of boxing, right? And he maximized it. He got the 2 Floyd fights. He beat Adrian Broner. You know, Adrian Broner goes up to 147. You know, he's defending his belt. We all know the story. But I think...
So you don't think if Marcos Maidana continued, you don't think he would be at the top of the welterweight division still?
I am for real. The same thing you said about Sean Porter, I don't think Marcos Maidana heart would have been in it. He just got, because you know why? He can't do better financially. No matter who he fights, he can't do better financially. Same thing I can say about Conor McGregor. I don't care how much he trains or the motherfucker made $125 million with Floyd. Do you think he want to go to the UFC and make 8? You know what I'm saying? Like.
I know. See, his hunger's not there anymore. You know, and that's when Maidana retired because he knew his hunger wasn't there anymore. You know, I don't know why he's coming back, but I mean, I think either the money might be a little short or he might just be bored.
It may be a combination of two. We'll never know about the financial part, but he's obviously going to say he still loves boxing. You know, he's missed it since Floyd. You know, he's seen all these fighters fighting. You know he's better. That's going to be the story coming back. But I think y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm including you because you said Mikey Garcia is the better fighter. Watch how Earl Spence manipulates you with his jab. Rounds 1 through 3. No, hear me out. No, let me finish, Rolly, let me finish. Rolly, let me finish. No, but it's not just the power of his jab. Look how he physically manipulates you and then bangs you with his straight left hand. Watch what he did to Chris Algieri with his left hand. He manipulated Chris Algieri to the left side and came down with a straight left down the pipe and turned him into a chef. You get what I'm saying? Not only did he knock him out, he turned him into a chef. You know what I'm saying? Chris Algieri got knocked down 6 times with Manny Pacquiao and got up every time. Earl Spence knocked him down and he never got up and he retired.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, there's all the miles that Pacquiao put on Chris Algieri.
Yeah, you can debate that, but he also fought Provodnikov with one eye for 10 rounds. So when I think Chris Algieri is a top echelon opponent.
And then a lot of people were saying that Chris Algieri got robbed. No, I mean, Provodnikov got robbed.
Yeah, that's always debatable. But he won. BoxRec say he won, so we're going to go with the facts that he won. Yeah, you can say that he won. People say some people say Floyd lost to Maidana the first time. I say Floyd won. You know? BoxRec say he won. We're going to go with it.
I thought it was like
7-5. 7-5, 8-4, you know, but if it was 7-5, it was leaning more towards 8-4 than a draw. You know what I mean? And the second fight just was a money fight, a money grab, because once Floyd figure you out, it's over. You know, I mean, basically you're fucked. So, and then we got other fights too. What other fights we got coming? We got Lamont Peterson and Sergio Lipinets. How you like that one?
Who?
Sergio Lipinets and Lamont Peterson.
I
I said Sergio Peterson. Lamont Peterson against Sergio Lipinets. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, I'm not really a fan of either of them. I mean, they're both good fighters, but I don't know. I can't really say because I don't really watch them like that, you know.
Okay. Terrence Crawford or Amir Khan.
Crawford is like another Floyd, you know. I think Crawford is the best welterweight there is right now.
You think so you think obviously you think if you think Mikey has the skills to beat Errol Spence, you obviously think Terrence Crawford just demolishes Errol Spence.
No, not demolishes. It's a different kind of fight, different style, different fights,
Okay.
different styles.
Let's talk about it. Talk to me.
With Crawford and Khan?
Yeah, let's go with that first.
Khan's a difficult fighter regardless at the beginning of every single fight, but once he gets touched up, I mean, he gets touched up and he hits the ground, you know? So it's just a waiting game with anybody that fights Khan. I think it's just a waiting game.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you just wait until because you know what? See, and I've watched. Damn, we've all watched Amir Khan since he was 0-0. If he just throws 1-2s, I think he'll be okay. He stood in the pocket against Amir Khan. I mean, against I was at the fight against Canelo. I'm like, what are you doing? 5th or 6th round.
Why are you trying to trade? Why are you trying to throw a lot of punches at Canelo? A known counter puncher that has power.
Yeah.
That's big.
And he brought you up. You know what I mean? It didn't make any sense at all. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think.
I thought Amir Khan was winning the fight.
He was winning 4 rounds to 1. I had him up 4 rounds to 1.
It was what round did he get knocked out?
5 or 6. So I don't know. Whatever it was, I had him up. Big. But you know, Canelo gets the love from the judges. You know what I mean? He got that Oscar love.
He got that Oscar.
He does, man. Oscar and Chavez. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't know if it was Don King. I don't know if it was, but Chavez got that love. Oscar had that love. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they did coke in the back. They got the same drug dealer. They dated each other. I don't know what it was, but Oscar had that, man. Oscar had that love. I don't know what it was with Oscar. You know, we call him Spatula. You know what I mean? Because he likes kitchen utensils. So, but let's talk about your division. Go ahead.
No. When they said that the Oscar Floyd fight was a draw. No, when they said the Floyd and Canelo fight was one of them had Canelo.
114.
I was like, wait. My face when I heard that was the exact same face Floyd made. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And then the other judges had it 10 rounds to 2, basically.
And I'll say like the Lara fight was a little bit more tight, but I mean, I still think Lara won by a round, but but I mean, yeah, Canelo does got the fucking judge as well. I
was there. Lara won that fight.
Maybe it's the red hair. Maybe I should have my hair red.
Nah. Oscar got some shit. Him and Oscar and that whole Vegas connect is something going on there that we'll never know. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, man, but you know, I'll say this: there's nothing Oscar wouldn't do to get a win.
There's nothing.
I'm gonna just say that.
Exactly. So the thought of putting Ryan with me is automatically a loss.
If it's in Vegas.
Oscar's like, come on, Ryan. All you got to do is survive to the 10th round. That's it. Oscar be having them private parties, man.
Man, Oscar has private parties, man, that we're not privy to. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, man, Oscar's a funny dude, man, for real. But we got Lomachenko, man. We got Lomachenko at 135. What's your perception of him?
I don't care for him.
Oh, why? Talk to me.
Just straight up, I think I just don't think that he deserves to be ranked pound for pound number 1.
How about 2?
I think I beat Lomachenko no problem. Stylistically, I beat Lomachenko no problem.
No problem?
What?
No problem? Okay, talk to me. Why and how? You have power. You have power.
Lomachenko?
No, you have power. You have power. You have power. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, no, I just say stylistically, I just beat him, no problem.
So when are you moving? So when are you moving up in rounds? What is this fight March 9th at?
6 rounds, I believe. But I mean, I was trying to fight for 8 rounds, but I all that they were able to put on for me for the fight, I think, was because it's on TV.
Yeah, TV.
You know,
Yeah.
that 6 rounds, you know. Yeah, but it's all right. I could move up in rounds right after. You know, I want to fight. I want to fight 8 rounders. Sure, I mean, you can ask Leonard Ellerby. You can ask
Leonard Ellerby.
You know, Louis. I was asking for more rounds. I always ask for more rounds. Sure, when I did my second fight, I was asking for 6 rounders already.
Mm-hmm. Leonard Ellerby is a very intelligent man.
Very.
And I don't give that compliment out easy because I consider myself an intelligent man. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. If stay on his best side, and you're gonna be on the winning side because he is a very intelligent man. Don't get set up by the media to say anything bad about him or nothing like that. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. I've been in this game about 10 years now. Leonard Ellerby is a smart man. He knows how to manipulate pieces and move the chessboard. And I'm being real with you. Trust Leonard Ellerby. Work with him. Y'all going to disagree. You going to say yes. He going to say no. But at the end of the day, y'all create the plan and work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, I like Leonard, honestly. I like Leonard. And like I said, I'm happy with my promotion company. You know, I mean, I haven't been as active as I wanted to be, but I mean that's more my fault than anything.
Why would you say it's your fault?
Well, because when I first originally signed to him, like I said, I was like, oh, I just got signed by Floyd. I was happy, so I signed anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if I would have negotiated better, I mean, I'd be a lot better, off. But regardless, like I said, I mean, now I'm with Al Heyman and Floyd, and Leonard, and Louis, so I'm good. There's nothing but the top for me, I have the best team in boxing. In my eyes, I have the best team in boxing.
So you with Al Heyman? What was that like? Have you met Al?
I haven't met Al.
But
what? I've heard a lot of. I've heard he says a lot of good things about me. So
you'll meet him. You'll meet him.
It's very difficult to see him. He's kind of a ghost.
He's a ghost. He's watching everything, though. Let me tell you that. He's watching everything.
Hears everything, sees everything.
For real. And if you stay long enough, he's gonna be one of your better friends. You know what I mean? You're gonna be on Fox doing the commentating because I mean you're a perfect candidate to host one of them type of boxing shows on PBC. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got the look. You know what I mean? Obviously, I think you're going to knock out a few guys along the way. You know what I mean? And I think that your future is bright. But if y'all got to fight each other, and I don't, honestly, a loss, I'm not saying you will lose. I'm not saying Devin Haney will lose, Teofimo will lose. But y'all got to fight each other, and somebody got to lose. But at the end of the day, all y'all motherfuckers are winners. And I think the more y'all celebrate each other's success, the more money y'all gonna make. In addition to saying you a weak ass motherfucker, but that last opponent he fought was a great, but I think I can kick his ass. You know what I mean? Like you still got to sell him to the public, and you still got to tell the public that you're better. It's like a magic science to this. You know what I mean?
If you notice, unlike like other promotional companies or anything, like I say Al Heyman, Al Heyman fighters, they don't really argue with each other. They just, it's like all business with them.
Yeah.
And Al Heyman fighters tend to get along with each other really well. So I mean, I love what Al's done for boxing. Al's he made boxing a lot more available on TV with the Fox deal. Same thing with Top Rank with the ESPN deal. But I mean, it's boxing needs to be on TV in my and it shouldn't have to be paid for to that extent. At least not the pay-per-view fight.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view.
What's your relationship with Tank like?
With Tank,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for him.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I just don't. He's in my weight class, so it's a body that I might have to come up. I'm gonna have to come get after. I have to go get soon. When he moved up to 35.
What's his strengths and what's his weaknesses? Would you say?
He's he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He has a. I don't really want to go into his strengths or weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's we're with the same promotion company. So when the time comes for that, time comes for that.
How soon do you think you'll fight a former world champion?
A former world champion?
Yeah, you know how the game goes. You beat a couple of guys, then you beat a former world champion, and then you become a top 10 opponent, and then you fight for it. And then you fight the guy who just lost for the belt, and then you fight the guy who gets. I mean, that's status quo. It could change with you, but I'm just saying that's typically how it goes. Like Joe Joyce is fighting Bermain Stavern this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw that. I like Joe. Joe punch hard.
Yeah. He's a strong heavyweight, and he's grown. Like he's 32, 33. So he has an advantage on a young heavyweight because he's literally a grown man. That's been through stuff in his real life. That has that. He's in his heavyweight prime per se. So he has.
I've heard he knocked out Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I heard he knocked out Anthony Joshua in sparring too. I heard that as well. And I heard he did some good rounds with Tyson Fury too.
Yeah, so I don't know. I see nothing but the best for Joyce,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like I like watching him fight. I like his backflip, everything.
Yeah. He does the cartwheels and shit. Yeah, he does the cartwheels and shit. That's pretty funny.
It's funny. I saw him one time, like he was working this overhand right with Salah. Where he threw this thing at like 2 miles per hour, and I think I was like, holy shit.
How do you like the Vegas scene? I know you're born and raised there. How do you like it? Do you ever consider moving to LA, or you're good in Vegas?
I'm in LA quite often.
Okay.
I'm in LA often. One of my close friends, like a big brother to me, he lives there, so I stay with him whenever I'm out there.
Okay.
And I go there often.
Okay. When are you getting here for March 9th? Are you getting here a week before, or are you just coming out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
It depends what my manager wants. So I think maybe I don't know. I haven't found out the days, but I think it's probably a Wednesday I get out there.
Okay. That'll be. I'll get to meet you in person. I saw you at the. You were sitting next to David Benavidez, right?
Yeah, I was sitting next to David Benavidez. They're my boys.
Yeah, I saw it. Hey, I like David. Hey, I think. Listen.
I think David's the best 168 pounder there is.
He's gonna have to prove it. He's gonna have to prove it, and he has the potential to prove it. I can't wait for Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. I can't wait for that.
No, I can't wait for the shit talking behind
this. Yeah, well, you're going to be training. The irony about this whole thing is you're probably going to be training in the same gym with Caleb Plant. You know what I mean?
No. The thing is, Caleb Plant's my boy too.
I know. Caleb Plant's my dude. And I think I'm gonna go to David Benavidez' camp between now and March 16th. He's training at Legends, I believe. So I'm gonna go check him out a bit. But
I'm gonna say like this: Caleb Plant won me like what $600 when he fought for Uzagaki. So I'm very happy with Plant.
Yeah. Caleb Plant's that dude, man. I got him at what 2 to something like that. I forget what the odd, but I had him at plus. I made really good money on him. But David Benavidez is gonna have to see. The catch is you don't just win. You have to exhibit that consistency of winning. You understand what I'm saying? So David Benavidez got a taste of success, and he had a setback. And I know he's young. I'm always gonna give these young kids the benefit of the doubt. The same way I would give Tank the benefit of the doubt in his shortcomings. But you have to be consistent in that. You understand what I'm saying? And I think once David Benavidez hits his stride, he's going to be a tough motherfucker to beat. I mean, his hand speed, his power is electrifying. Caleb Plant's hand speed, IQ is electrifying. His brain is electrifying. I think that I said on my channel that fight replaced Hurd and Charlo fight. I think that's the next middleweight, super middle fight. You know, that was a junior middleweight. I mean, that was super middleweight fight. But I'm thinking that fight replaced Hurd and Charlo for me. Like, I'm anxious to see that fight. So if David Benavidez can get past Jalen Love, and the winner this weekend of Darrell, and I can't pronounce the other man's name, the winner of that fight, they'll probably fight sometime in the summer. And then maybe we'll get a unification bout this time next year with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. And I think that is a hell of a fight. I'm not picking no one yet because David Benavidez has shown, and I'll tell him this too, he gets a taste of success and he has a setback. He's only done it one time. I'm not saying he's shown it consistency, but I still have to judge him on that. I have to judge him on his actions. I can't judge him on my the potential that I see in him. I see greatness in the kid, and I want him to reach the apex of his career the same way I want for Caleb Plant. But I know Caleb Plant probably took 2 weeks off, winning the championship fight, doing his press tour, and I guarantee you he was back in the gym in 2 weeks. I guarantee you that. I have no doubt that's where he was. You understand?
Caleb loves boxing, but Caleb loves boxing, you know. And I seen Caleb train hard, and David Benavidez, like even Jose and all them, they train like monsters down there too. You know?
I believe it, and that's why we need this.
I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a really, really interesting fight. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, and I think if David Benavidez is going to have to go through something to get inside and exhibit that hand speed. And I think Caleb Plant is going to have to take something from David Benavidez. I mean, David Benavidez is going to hit Caleb Plant like he's never been hit before. You understand? Yeah. And Caleb Plant is going to out-genius him in moments in that fight where it's going to frustrate the shit out of David Benavidez. And it's going to be the strength of him and the strength of his corner that can get him back into fight mode and get back on their game plan. Because Caleb Plant did something to Uzatake that I didn't believe that he can do in between round 4 and 7 was because David Benavidez was a tiger. He took the stripes off of Uzatake. He was just a colorless tiger in the ring. And I was like, I've never seen Uzatake not be aggressive. I've never seen him wait. I've never seen Uzatake wait. He throws 80 punches around. He didn't do that against Caleb Plant. You understand? Because he knew Caleb Plant understood. Yeah, and he got knocked down, which he didn't expect.
I really wasn't expecting Caleb to knock him down twice. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be a late round stoppage, but there were early round drop. It was going to end really soon, you know?
Yeah.
After I saw those.
I ain't going to.
But, I mean, Uzagaki's positioning was unbelievable that fight.
It was. And I knew that he would. I thought that Caleb Plant would just out-genius him for 12 rounds, and if the opportunity presented himself to stop him, I thought he would, because I thought the combination, here's what I thought going into that fight. The combination of Larry Wade pushing the shit out of Caleb Plant, you combine that with Caleb Plant's ability to understand the sweet science of boxing, I think you put those two together, I think you have magic, you know, and I humbly believe that Larry Wade is like a secret ingredient to these boxers. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever had a chance to train with him or even have a conversation with him, but I think he has there's something about Larry Wade that gets the extraness out of fighters, you know? And I just believe that those two together, and they pulled it out, was special. So that's my take on it. Did we miss anything?
Text message. Sorry, I was replying to a text message.
Oh.
But no, I'm honestly very interested in seeing that fight too. You know, and regardless, the shit talking behind is gonna be great.
Oh, that's gonna be that's gonna spill over into social media, Twitter. Once they clear the path, like once Caleb Plant is probably gonna get like a soft touch while David Benavidez fights for the WBC belt, I believe it is. He's gonna get a soft touch at 68. Once they realize that they're on a collision course and the coast is clear, oh man, that Twitter shit is gonna be epic. Oh man, David Benavidez wants to. Oh my god, David Benavidez told me he wants to put him in the hospital. like he wants to put him in the hospital, and I can't wait for that fight to happen. You know,
My dad was there that day that they almost started fighting at City Athletics.
Oh really? He was there.
I wasn't there. I was at Athletics that day.
Oh yeah.
I was on my way there when it happened.
Yeah, I heard about it. Something happened with Jose Benavidez, and he basically slapped him or something like that. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know if I'm giving too much information.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but yeah. And because they were training in the same gym. I thought that was funny by itself. How the hell are they training in the same gym? You know something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Something's gonna happen. Like they've been talking shit.
And you know what the crazy thing is?
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez and Jay Leon were training at the same gym too.
Yeah. That city gym is Jay Leon's home gym. Him and his wife or his fiance, they train there every day.
And like I said, that's another fight. Like I said, I like Jay. Jay's my boy. Jay's I've known Jay since I got signed way before I got signed. So I mean that's another fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough fight. Jay Leon will definitely be the underdog. But I'm gonna keep it real. It's hard for me to. I mean, he's gonna be an underdog. I would say, he's gonna be an underdog in that fight. I'll just leave it at that. But he has a chance. He's fighting for his life. This fight.
He's a good boxer,
He's a good boxer. He's a hell of a boxer. He doesn't have the pop, but he's a hell of a. But he understands every inch of the ring. And he's gonna need every inch of that ring and every inch of his IQ to defeat David Benavidez. And he's fighting for his life. Let's be real. He had a tough fight against Peter Quillin. He may be inspired. His fiance is pregnant now. He owns a business, so they're making money. He's successful, but he's fighting for his boxing life at this point. You understand? He's a co-main event on a huge pay-per-view. Millions of people will be watching. He may get inspired, and I'm not gonna count Jay Leon out.
Are you gonna be at the fight?
Oh yeah, I'll be there March 16th. Yeah, I'll get there Tuesday.
I'm gonna be there too.
Oh, obviously, because you're David Benavidez guy. I know you. You'll definitely be there.
No, I have a lot of people that I know are fighting on that card.
Oh, beautiful.
Aside from that, whether anyone was fighting I know or not, I'm still gonna show up. Because I don't know. I've always wanted. I don't know. I just like going to fights.
I can tell. I saw you at the. I didn't get a chance to interview you. It was just so busy for the Broner Pacquiao stuff, and every time I saw you, you were being interviewed. But I'm definitely going to introduce myself to you the week of your fight. I'm gonna come up and shake your hand, and but I'll be there watching your fight. Now I'm very interested in watching you fight because I'm gonna compare you because I just saw Baldera's fight, so I'm gonna compare you against that 135 division is fucking loaded, man. Loaded. Y'all better keep us happy in 2021. I'm just gonna say that y'all can go fight y'all, build up fights. I don't give a fuck what y'all do now. But in 2021, when it's time for y'all motherfuckers to fight, please don't let us down.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something straight up. I'm gonna have my world title at the end of 2020.
Okay.
You're gonna see this. Yeah, I'll have my title at the end of 2020.
At 35 or 40? You think you're gonna stay at 30? You can keep 35 for another year and a half.
I'm gonna have my world title at 135.
Okay. So 135 is pretty reasonable for you to make right now.
Oh, it's the easiest thing ever. I mean, I moved up from 30, and I was still making 30 when I moved up, And then I masked up a little bit. I started doing a little bit of weight, got a little bit thicker, and stayed at 35. But 35 is still easy,
Because you look about 150. You look about 155.
I know. Everybody says I look like a 54-pounder or welterweight. The people would tell me I look like a welterweight because I stand next to Floyd and we have similar body.
Yeah, you got big shoulders. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look strong.
I got really big legs, really big legs.
Yeah, you look strong. So yeah. So it's gonna be. You can't lose the weight in the legs. It's hard, man. That takes years to get rid of.
No, I'm not gonna get rid of them. I like them.
that takes.
I got the sexiest legs in boxing.
Well, you don't need to tell me that. But what I what I say this, but I.
It's so funny. I'm playing the game. I'd be like, I'd be telling all my uncles and everybody over there. I'm like, stop fucking looking at my legs. I know I got the sexiest legs.
Because.
And they be like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
I know, right? Well, you're young and ambitious, so you'll get a pass for that. So they give you a pass, you know. What's it like training at Mayweather's gym? Talk about that. The climate at training there.
It's I mean, Floyd's gym is Floyd. I mean, it's a legendary gym, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pound for pound greatest trained there, so. And he shows up at his gym, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's always competition over there. People always come in from all over the world trying to get signed, trying to experience the doghouse, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot over there. I mean, you see a lot of world champs. You see all sorts of people.
Now, speaking of training there, Chris Eubanks is fighting this weekend against. He trained there. I saw him training there. Late this summer, early fall. I saw him training there. How do you see him against Chucky this weekend?
Chucky?
Yeah, he's fighting.
You said Chucky?
Yeah, that's his nickname, Chucky. He's fighting.
I didn't. Groves, I know.
No, not Groves. He's fighting.
I thought he fighting Groves.
No, Groves is Groves. He's fighting. Oh my gosh, who is Chris Eubanks fighting? His nickname is Chunky. Chunky, that's his nickname. You know.
I'm not sure.
James Nagel.
Oh, James Nagel. That's who he's fighting. Yeah. I think Eubanks win.
How?
I think Eubanks might be a little too aggressive.
Yeah, Eubanks is aggressive. His shots are kind of wide though, but yeah, he's very aggressive. James Nagel has an orthodox boxing style, rangy. He was athletic, light on his feet, but I thought he kind of fatigued against Truett a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
there was one fight. I can't remember which one was it, but I thought James Nagel, they gave him the fight.
Oh yeah. Did he draw against Badu Jack? Was it Badu Jack?
Oh yeah, Badu Jack actually won. I thought Badu Jack won, but they gave it to Nagel.
Yeah. I thought it was a draw. Let me Google that so I can tell you right there. But yeah, it was. I think it was Badu Jack or something like that.
Yeah, they robbed Badu Jack. Floyd was just like.
Yeah, it was a draw. It was a draw against Badu Jack. That was the fight we were talking about, and I thought he won that fight. That was on the undercard. If I'm not mistaken, that was on the undercard of Mikey Garcia and was that Mikey Garcia? No, that wasn't Mikey Garcia. That was Tank Pedraza. I believe that was on the undercard on.
January 17th, no?
I don't know. Let's see when it was. It was January 17th. How you know? Yeah.
Because I was trying to get ready to fight on that day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I did fights from December 2nd to May 20th, so it was like a 7-month layoff. But after I did my debut,
Mm-hmm.
and so when I started riding those 2 times, I didn't, because I tried to get ready for that February 24th card that Neno fought on. I forgot who the main event for that was. And then from there, I hadn't sparred, and I sparred Ryan in April, like mid-April. So I didn't spar for 2 months when I sparred him.
Okay.
So that's how I know those days, because I was trying to get ready for those fights.
Interesting. Anything else we miss? What else we miss? Did we miss anything? We get everything?
Yeah, I think we got everything. I think that's good for today.
Call me anytime. Anything you want to talk about, shoot me a text and we'll schedule a time and we'll get it in. Anything. Right. Just call me anytime, man. I genuinely appreciate you giving me an hour of your time tonight. And I'm excited to formally meet you. I see you and Ellie doing a lot of interviews together.
I'm in 2 weeks. Just even 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm definitely going to see you in 2 weeks because I know what hotel you're at. So I'll definitely see you. I'll be in the lobby getting interviews and stuff. So I'll definitely.
Just call me and And I mean, just call me whenever you're at the hotel, and then I'll come down. We'll do the interview. We'll sit down. Well, I can't eat anything.
Yeah. Hey, speak on that. Hey, speak on that because this video is gonna do pretty good, and we got a lot of young fighters. Talk about fight week. Explain fight week. What do you go in the first? Break it down.
I fucking hate fight week.
I know. Everybody hates fight. What do you go in fight?
And that's not even that I'm hungry. I'm fucking thirsty too.
Talk about what do you go in that week weighing? You obviously got to weigh 135. I mean, maybe you're fighting at a catch weight now, but let's say hypothetically you have to make 135. What do you go in Monday at?
I don't really have too much problems making weight, so it's not a big deal. It's just like, I mean, you know, you go to, if I was fighting at 140, it'd be the same thing as me fighting at 35. You know, you just lose the last bit of water. You know, so the water weight's always like that's what makes me feel bad. I don't get hungry. Like honestly, I don't get hungry the week of the fight. I just get really thirsty. So I mean, just the water weight. That's all I do.
So it's Monday morning. What's Rolly weighing Monday morning? And you got to fight Saturday.
If I'm fighting Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, the week of my fight, I'm usually like 5-6 pounds above my fight weight. You know, because I don't want to lose it too fast either. But like I said, I weigh like the day before the weigh-in. I don't do anything at all because I'm already at weight.
Okay.
So it's not hard for me to lose weight. You know, I mean, I have like that Wednesday. I work out in the morning and then lose the last little bit of weight, and then the rest of the day I just chill. I don't run. I don't do anything. You know, I just relax that entire Thursday. And then Friday, I wake up and trying to kill somebody because I'm fucking thirsty and hungry because I mean, I hate my life. And then I make weight and then I eat like a fat ass.
Yeah, tell me.
We feast like Vikings.
I know. So what are you eating fight week? Yeah, tell us like
upcoming to the weigh-in.
Yeah, like Monday to Wednesday. What are you eating?
Chicken, fish, avocado.
The avocado is a cheat move though. The avocado now is like the go-to because it fills you up and it has some type of water. It has water in it too, so it kind of gives you a little bit of water as well.
Yeah, fruits. I do eat a big breakfast. Well, not big breakfast, but I do eat like a good breakfast every time I fight too. I mean, every single morning, you know, when I have to work out, I just make sure I have some carbs in my system, so when I work out, I don't feel like not being there like altogether. You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And
like the people don't know this, but the more you eat, the more you lose weight. So it just you have to eat the right things at the right time.
Yeah. Okay.
But you have to eat more.
In small portions.
And then, like, I don't know, Saturday before the fight, so I drink like 2 gallons of water, and then I piss like all damn day long, and I feel like killing myself because like I'm pretty much living my entire life in the damn bathroom for the next 2 days.
Yeah, because if not, you're gonna be dehydrated. Your muscles gonna freeze on you. You know.
No, and then you got to watch your sodium levels, all sorts of stuff. You know. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of science behind it, you know. And if anybody, you know, wants to know how to lose weight the Rolly way, then you know, I mean, they can just hit me up. I'll help them out.
Okay, the Rolly way. Man, I appreciate you giving me an hour of your time, man. I genuinely appreciate you, man. And
sure. I mean, I had a good time talking to you.
Appreciate you, man. I'll put the video up tonight and I'll text it to you.
Honestly, I would be on longer, but I mean, I have so many friends who just like I had a few friends just coming in.
Yeah, I hear the background noise. That's why I hear the background noise getting louder and louder. So I know you got shit to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you when I get down there.
Yeah. Just shoot me a text and I'll send you the video right now. I'm gonna chop it up into like 10 videos, so it gets you more legs for sure. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Ro.